In this video, I heal my relationship with the romance genre with the help of Ali Hazelwood's bingeable writing style. I come to the conclusion that romance is best consumed during times of stress, so come join me through this explorative reading journey today. The first Ali Hazelwood book that we'll be talking about is no other than Love Theoretically. So in this story, Elsie fake dates this guy named Greg. So in these family events, she meets Greg's older brother, Jack. Oh, he's hot, but whatever, he gets on her nerves. Well, she's an adjunct professor that's trying to get into MIT. She's a theoretical physicist, and right now that's really hard in their world because this guy named Jonathan Smith made theoretical theorists look stupid. So now in the physics field, to be a theoretical physicist is like, oh no. And during the interview process, we find out the head of the physics department is Jonathan Smith. And you know who Jonathan Smith is? That older brother of Greg. And he doesn't know it's fake dating and stuff. And the fact that she's theoretical, he already hates her. So it's we start off with hate, but you know they have so much in common already. I'm like, like a little girl on the train. I'm like, ah, okay. I'm gonna eat her up, and I'll talk to you about it later. Good morning! It's the next day, and I think I've gotten quite far upon the book. I am page 135, and don't kill me, I dog-eared one of the pages because I didn't have a highlighter or pen, but like, that's totally fine, I hope. Oh my god, I lost the page. Oh my god. And my goodness, honestly, I never thought that having type 1 diabetes would be so romantic in a way. I shouldn't be saying that, it's so much work, but hear me out. When you get hypoglycemic, your sugar's low, you're about to faint. Oh, he catches you in his arms. Mr. Grumpy becomes really sweet all of a sudden. Why are you fainting? Do you need anything? Like, come on, wake up. I squealed at that during like the train or something. Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. But like, you get the sense that like there's some misinformation going on. Like, Elsie hates him, but it feels like we don't know his full story. I don't know, I love the trope where it's like, I'm only my real self around you, because honestly, love that. I feel that. Like, she's a mirror. She mimics what other people want to see from her. But with Jack, she can't figure out what kind of Elsie he wants. So she shows the true Elsie. And she's never shown that before. It's honestly so cute. It's good. I'm gonna binge this. Yeah. I love how self-aware Ali Hazelwood is to like the typical tropes as, oh, he never wears a jacket, and just makes fun of it because like we love it, she loves it, but she knows it's not like real. Or like she just likes to make fun of it, which is really cute. He's not wearing a coat because he's physically unable to feel cold, born without thermoreceptors. A tragedy. I just found that really cute. Our Elsie, our protagonist, knows what's up. She has a thing for backs, right? And this is the first scene where she sees him shirtless. He turns to reach for something to wear in Greg's dresser, and whatever's happening between his shoulder blades looks like a religious experience. Same, girl, same. The constellation of muscles that just like work together. It's like, chef's kiss. Hello there. Well, this book literally does things differently than what traditional romances are. Normally, you know, it's the guy that's the angry one, or they're weirdly aggressive, or they try to make the female protagonist's life like a living hell. But this is different because he's like actually a good guy. It's Elsie that's like angry. She's the one that keeps overthinking. She's the one that keeps like misunderstanding things, and he's literally just trying his best to help her, even though she doesn't see it. She sees the condescending side in all of the people. Even when they're not condescending, she just makes every situation the worst possible thing in her head. And I feel bad for Jack, because honestly, he's really sweet. I think the situation is just very misunderstood, but I love a guy that's just like upfront, just sweet, caring. You know, they're like resting bitch face and like they look so scary at first, like a bodyguard, but like they turn out to be like total golden retrievers. This is it. They're not together yet, but he's just a really sweet person.
man, and I love that. I love that there's nothing bad about him right now, aside from other people's assumptions about him.
I feel like there's a trend with Ali Hazelwood books where the bad guy isn't really, you know, our male interest, our male love interest, but rather it's like their mentor or someone they really care about or someone that has like brought them to where they are, and our female protagonist owes it to them like their whole career. And I feel like those mentors are Ali Hazelwood's like signature villains. Like they're the bad guys, so in a way it's like predictable, but like how does it unfold is like what's fun. And I am at page 320, so I have this much left. You know, she got spicy. This is another one of Ali Hazelwood's books that does have sexual scenes, and I don't mind it. I quite love it, and I love like the slow burn to get to it. It's so good when it like actually happens because it takes like 300 pages. Yeah, that was well deserved. I'm really loving this book. I didn't think I would, but the dialogue is just very realistic. The dialogue and the inner thought process of our protagonist is just like so overthinky, and I resonate with that. I love that. I feel like she has some undiagnosed ADHD or something because she can't shut up in her head, and I'm all about that. There's just something that Ali Hazelwood manages to like do with her writing that makes it so bingeable, because I find it hard to read romance myself. That's why I don't gravitate towards it, but Ali Hazelwood just makes it so easy, and I don't know why. Maybe because like she used to be like an AO3 author, and you know, in my younger years I used to go through AO3 quite a bit. So maybe it's that kind of language or storytelling or writing that I was used to in my earlier years that I find like nostalgic and comforting. Maybe that's it, but I will finish this today. Let's get to it.
This is so cute. My heart is spinning dizzily at the thought of this man who knows the pH of different cheese types off the top of his head. Cute. That's all we look for a man. The man that knows the pH types of cheese. Girl, this is getting so good. Our girl Elsie, she is so oblivious. It's that mentor thing, you know, that Ali Hazelwood always has. She's so oblivious, and like we can obviously see it, and I wish she just sees it, if you know what I mean. That's the only thing. Sexual scenes. It's like not forced at all, and it's really cute to the fact that like you might want to try it out, you know. It's so like worshipy. It's so comforty. It's really sweet. Like really sweet.
Hello, I finished Love Theoretically, and I'm rating her a 5. Like, I was iffy with a 5 because like, would I reread it? Maybe. Would I recommend it to a friend? Hell yeah. Would I recommend it to my partner so this becomes an instruction manual? Hell yeah. So it's a 5. I love her. It did not get boring at all. Like, I really loved it. I loved her growth. I love our main lead, Jack. There's no like red flag about him, if I'm being honest. He's like the perfect man, like the actual perfect man. But I like can't imagine him like that for some reason. I imagined him differently, and he's more tatted in the book rather than like just this one thing. Escapism rating, it was a 4. Giddiness, or like the rating 5. I loved it. I love the fact that like Elsie was just so overthinky. I don't know, I resonate with that a lot, so I love that. This was just a really good read. I understand now why the community, like the romance community, like loves this book. I now realize why everyone rates this book 5. And yeah, and now I'm scared for my next read that it won't compare to this. Love her, love her, love her. Read it. If you're like, I don't know what romance to read this. Thank you, Baba. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I think the worst part of romance
is honestly the ending. It was getting so good, and then it ends, and then epilogue comes, and then you're like, hold up, can we see more? Can we have a part 2? I don't know, that's my one thing with romance books. I really want to see them in the relationship and not just like starting it out, and I really want to see more of that. Actually, I quite liked Haunting Adeline just because the romance didn't end when they got together. They still had like more stuff to do, like she got kidnapped and all that. But yeah, I need a little bit more plot. I need a little bit more story. I need a little bit more of them, if you know what I mean. And if you feel like this, please let me know in the comments so I don't feel a little delulu by myself, or if I'm asking too much from like the romance genre, please let me know. I started reading Check and Mate after work, or actually at work, and at first I was a little icked out by our main girl here, Mallory, because it seemed like she had the same problem as Elsie in Love Theoretically. Elsie was so overworked by her mom because her mom is just an incompetent parent, and Elsie basically has to parent her two brothers that are actually older than her, that are twins, and they just keep fighting, and like the mom just calls her and just makes her like deal with all their stupidity and fights, which is so dumb. But we see that again here in Check and Mate. But I was like, let me read. Maybe Ali Hazelwood is cooking. And actually, this situation where Mallory has to take care of her younger sisters isn't that bad because her mom has a chronic illness that is really debilitating to the point that she can't work. So Mallory has no choice but like to raise her younger sisters and to pay off the mortgage and to pay for camps and stuff, because I don't know where the father is, but the father in this book, he's gone, but like from what I'm getting, he leaves off like bad energy. Like he literally made Mallory's world crumble. So I guess that's the antagonist of this book. Check and Mate is YA compared to like The Love Hypothesis, Not in Love. So I wonder how it's gonna go. And also, the characters here are a little younger. Mallory is 18 and I think the guy is like 21, 22. It's like just a few years older than her. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess it would be a bit more wholesome and stuff like that instead of a little sexual. So I wonder how this goes, because Allie's pretty good with her like scenes not being too much and being caring enough. So let's see where the caring aspect comes to fruition here. And I would also like to say, I'm sorry, person, to whoever designed this cover, but why you gotta make the guy look like he's ugly here? Like, he just doesn't look nice as like a male lead. He looks like someone that'll steal your wallet on the side of like France. But I'm enjoying it so far. I'm at like page 60. They have only met once at like a chess tournament. And I forgot to mention that this one is about chess. And if you were in that like Queen's Gambit era and then started playing on chess.com and just started learning like the openings and stuff, this is such a good book. Like, okay, that's all. Like, I can't really speak much about chess because I don't know, but I do like playing it, and I had like a little obsession about it, and I watch like Twitch streamers and stuff. So this is really good. This is so fun. Yeah, I'm not hating the book. It was just like a weird thing in the beginning, but I like it so far. I really like it. Enjoyment factor, it's actually on par right now with Love Theoretically, which is awesome, honestly. Like, I thought I wouldn't like the next book, but she's living up to Ali's standards. I'll let you know how it goes.
So I am around 60% of check and mate, and honestly, I don't think she's gonna be as high of a rating as Love Theoretically because like the love isn't there. They're younger and the plot is mostly inner self turmoil that we see with Mallory. The romance doesn't make you like it just makes you go, okay, cute. But like our guy Nolan hasn't really done anything. Yeah, it's just not giving the same, but it's really cute. I'm not disappointed because I do love like where her story's going. But as a romance, this just isn't fulfilling the brackets that you would normally get in a romance book. Even without smut, like there's no holding hands really. There's no they're gonna make your life a little better or like all the romantic stuff such as dating or just making your life easier. This is just, I'm shy, I'm not gonna talk to you until I solve all my problems. And then we can talk. But even then it's like, hey, want a date? And then I feel like that's how it ends. Like there's no passion really. I don't know. This one doesn't hit, but it's also hitting at the same time. If you're looking for a book that's more of like inner healing and maybe like self-jeopardizing behavior and like pretending everything's okay but it's not, and then figuring out that it's not okay to feel like this so you're healing from that, then this is the book. But romance, nah, that's all I need to say. Okay, so I just finished Check and Mate, and I don't know if I love it or I hate it. Not hate. She didn't hit the right like spot during this stressful time in my life. It was giving a little bit of Love Theoretically by the beginning until it didn't. My first thing, I wish we actually got like explicit scenes with this because it's an inexperienced like male lead and an experienced female lead, which is a very interesting dynamic, and it goes against the normal trope of the guy's the experienced one and the girl has no experience, she's like a virgin. So I feel like that shyness and like that teaching aspect would have been like really fun to read, but I get why she didn't include it because, you know, they are younger, like they are over 18, but just a little bit over 18, so I get why it might be weird. This thing, I am making sure I'm as vague as possible. This is the one really big gripe I have, and it's if you're leading towards like a really big game or this really important game, show it. Like show the game. Literally like for 100 or even more pages, it's like this very important game that Mallory has to play. And once it reaches it, they actually don't show the game. She just says, oh, she either wins or loses, and that's it. I'm like, that's the reason I kept reading, honestly, because the romance just wasn't hitting. And now you take away the chess aspect too and just say the outcome. Like, are you kidding me? That's literally the epitome of telling instead of showing, and come on, don't make that crime. We're reading the book to experience it. We don't want you to tell us what happened. Let us experience it. Oh my god. I was so mad because the romance wasn't hitting. It was like there was nothing like romantic going on with Nolan. It just felt like a story about inner healing or like healing into like emotional maturity for Mallory rather than a romance book. It felt like a romance subplot. Tell me if I'm wrong with that, but that's what I really got from it. Yeah, so I'm giving this a 3. It didn't hit, and I really wanted it to hit, so that was like really unfortunate. This book is making me want to read a chess book though, or rewatch The Queen's Gambit. That would be really cute. But yeah, for this week we read Love Theoretically and Check and Mate. I really wish that I read more, but I just literally didn't have the time to. That's okay. We're being nice to ourselves, right? I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you pick at least one of these books up, aka Love Theoretically, because that one was actually good. Yeah, don't be afraid to read your comfort books. Don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone either. Yeah, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay hydrated, and I will see you for the next video. Bye!